The victim has died, and we now know his identity. The latest still ahead.
And a carjacking on the east side leaves the driver shaken up, but the crime also had a ripple effect. Katrina Weber explains this noon.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, an update in a West Side shooting case. The San Antonio Police Department now says the man who was shot at the Paradise Motel Sunday has died. According to police, 57-year-old Kenneth Salazar was found at the motel with a gunshot wound in his belly.
So far, police think the victim and another person were involved in an argument before the shooting. However, officers don't know what it was about or who that other person is. So far, police have not arrested anyone.
All he wanted to do was pick up a patient. Instead, a medical transport driver found himself in a life-threatening situation. He told police he was carjacked at gunpoint while sitting in his van in an East Side neighborhood. As Katrina Weber reports, the crime also affected many more people.
A car left running on Rigsby Avenue near South Walters shows someone was in a hurry to leave it. San Antonio police found it there around 4 this morning at the site where another vehicle was stolen.
I just heard a banging at my back door. When I opened it, it was the driver to the pickup service that picks up my brother-in-law.
Sabrina Pacina says that man who usually drives a medical transport van was in a panic looking for help.
He told me, he said, I've been carjacked and they had a gun. And I said, okay. So I let him in the house.
That man later told police he was waiting at the curb for a patient when the car pulled up and blocked him. He says another man got out of it, then pointed a gun at him before taking off with his company van. The criminal left the car behind in its place.
We thought that was kind of strange.
Pacina also had to think about her brother-in-law who needed to get to dialysis. Thanks to the carjacking, he no longer had a ride. What happened here no doubt left the driver shaken, but it seems it also had a ripple effect, leaving other people stranded.
I'm sure, yeah, for the other people that were waiting, yeah, to be picked up.
Pacina and her husband made alternate plans, driving her brother-in-law to his appointment themselves. Police drove around the area looking for the stolen van, but did not find it. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
San Antonio police continued their search for a driver who they say crashed into several vehicles at a north side apartment complex. This happened in the 300 block of Tree Line Park, not far from the Alamo Quarry Market at NOAA Apartments. Stephen Cavazos with the search that is now underway.
Multiple vehicles crashed into overnight, and it all happened in one place. San Antonio police arrived to the NOAA Apartments just before 2:30 this morning. That's where they found 3 parked vehicles that had all been damaged as a result of that crash, which left behind a trail of mess and questions for owners and for police, a search for the person responsible. Police arrived here to the NOAA Apartments to find an SUV which they suspect crashed into those 3 vehicles, but the driver behind the wheel still nowhere to be found. Police say a Ford SUV was left behind by the suspected driver, but they haven't identified exactly who that is. It's also not clear if the driver was alone when this all happened. The investigation is still ongoing. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the crash, and no other damage was reported. Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News.
All right, taking a live look with live cam at South Texas in June, so we know it's hot outside, but we have to be especially careful this weekend. Metro Health has issued a heat advisory. And not only that, today is also an ozone action day here in San Antonio. That alert means that there could be high levels of ozone or air pollution in the area. So let's get it over to Katie Blake, give us an update on all that.
Yeah, those are just a couple of our weather headlines heading into this very busy weekend. I know folks have a lot of plans. We've got a lot of events going on across South Central Texas this weekend. Some of those events likely outdoors, so we're going to have to consider the heat. And today, yes, that ozone action day. So let's start with a look at what's going on outside right now. Satellite and radar, there's no rain out there, but we do have some fair weather clouds that have really started to fill in nicely over the last hour or so. If you can get yourself under one of those little puffy cumulus clouds, may give you just a little bit of shade for a brief period of time. Heat indices for now are just in the 90s at their highest, but we will likely see these heat index numbers, the yellow numbers here, jump up close to 100 degrees during the heat of the day this afternoon. For now, our air temperature at the airport is 87. It's also 87 in Pleasanton, but already 89 in Cotulla and 93 in Del Rio. So our heat index this afternoon. And as we get into the start of the weekend, this top number here along the pink line, that's going to hover close to 100 degrees. But look what happens as we get into Monday. Dangerous heat indices up 105 to 110 because our humidity is going to stay really elevated as we get into Monday, and our air temperatures will also jump up closer to 100 degrees. So heat will be kind of run of the mill over the next couple of days, but as we get into late this week and early next week, we will see those heat index numbers really take a big jump up. Now for that ozone that's out there today, Ozone Action Day today, because of elevated levels of ozone in the air, that puts our air quality today at unhealthy for sensitive groups. We talk about this from time to time when we have these Ozone Action Days. Those sensitive groups include those with respiratory conditions like asthma, also the elderly and the very young. So if you've got someone that falls into one of those groups in your household, best to keep them indoors if possible, especially through the afternoon today. I mentioned we've got a really busy forecast on our hands here heading into this busy weekend. We'll talk about that, getting an update of the tropics coming up in just a bit. David.
Look forward to that, Katie. Thank you. And just a reminder for you, the city and the county have opened several more cooling centers in our area today. So head to one of those if you need a break from the heat. There is a list and a map on the city's website, and we've got a link to that map on KSAT.com.
All right, it's day 2 of Fiesta with one of the more popular events kicking off today. That's Fiesta de los Reyes at Market Square. It's back.
The 10-day event is hosted by the Rey Consejo Educational Foundation. And it kicked off earlier this morning with the bands taking the 3 stages. David Lee Garza will take the main stage tonight at 9:45. Vendors and visitors say they're excited to finally have this Fiesta staple back as funds from the event go towards Rey Feo scholarships and educational activities.
It really matters to come here and support all the food vendors, all the artists, all the people that are selling stuff, because this is what makes Fiesta and San Antonio great. This would affect all the food vendors here, because this is what help us to continue and to move on to do all other festivals throughout the year.
And we're so excited for Fiesta to be back. Fiesta de los Reyes will happen rain or shine, and admission is free.
And it's only the second day of Fiesta, so of course, there are a lot of other events. Tonight, enjoy an evening of free Fiesta fun and watch the crowning of the 72nd Rey Feo.
There will be mariachis, folklorico dancers, and a chance to meet members of the royal court. This event takes place from 5:30 to 7:30 tonight at Main Plaza.
And we're pretty excited about this. Tonight is the first ever porch parade in partnership with the Battle of Flowers and Fiesta Flambeau. Stephanie Serna, Mark Austin will be your host, taking a look at the best Fiesta decorations at homes, businesses, and schools.
Plus, there will be special performances from AJR, Ava Max, and the Black Eyed Peas. Our coverage starts at 8 p.m. and ends at 10. You can watch on air on KSAT.com and, of course, our streaming KSAT app.
Here we go. Boom, boom,
That's your favorite
Oh, we're
song.
fired up for this. Hey, Phil Mickelson did not have a good first round at the U.S. Open yesterday, and he's pointing the finger at the gallery. Larry Ramirez with that. Coming up in sports.
And Juneteenth is now a national holiday. Why some are critical of the new holiday after the break. Just a few minutes ago, State Senator Roland Gutierrez called for Governor Abbott to focus on the state's energy issues instead of a border wall. The San Antonio Democrat spoke at the Willie Cortez Senior Center on the far west side, next to a wall of box fans given out to people in need. Gutierrez demanded Abbott include the state's power grid issues during a special session, including several specific items. Those include taking the $250 million Abbott wants to spend on a border wall and putting it towards home solar panels, creating a 10% reserve on energy, and taking the $350 credit for consumers that Gutierrez unsuccessfully pushed for this session.
For the first time in nearly 40 years, Congress established a new national holiday, Juneteenth. It's the day that marks the last African-American slaves being freed in Texas in the wake of the Civil War. The president signed a bill marking the holiday just in time for tomorrow's 156th anniversary. ABC's Alex Brachet has the latest from Washington.
Just like that, Juneteenth became a federally observed holiday.
This is a day of profound, in my view, profound weight and profound power.
June 19th, 1865 was the last day enslaved Africans in Galveston, Texas got word they were free. more than 2 years after Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. The country's first black vice president noting the significance.
We have come far, and we have far to go, but today is a day of celebration.
As a senator, Harris co-sponsored the legislation. It had bipartisan support. And a year after the killing of Breonna Taylor, the murder of George Floyd, and the country's racial reckoning, it passed the House and was signed into law just in time for the 156th anniversary of the holiday. It's a day African Americans have celebrated yearly for decades. Now, in addition to federal employees, companies like Allstate, Nike, Target, and Google are giving their employees paid time off.
We're just glad that the rest of the country now is part of our celebration.
From San Francisco to Washington, D.C., the new holiday is not without its critics. Some concerned this is purely symbolic, as some of the lawmakers who supported it are also fighting against legislation that would improve conditions for the very people this holiday celebrates, things like voting rights. Former President Obama telling ABC's Michael Strahan,
"You get hope back from, for me at least, taking the long view and recognizing that resilience, determination, the ability to deal with setbacks and disappointments and keep going."
And tonight we'll have that full conversation between Michael and President Obama on a special edition of Soul of the Nation called Juneteenth, Together We Triumph. It starts at 9 p.m. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
And KSAT will stream a community conversation and Juneteenth celebration panel tonight at 6. The 90-minute event will feature community leaders discussing the Juneteenth holiday and what it means to them personally, as well as the relevance to the organizations they run.
Each panelist represents an organization or business tied to the African American community here in San Antonio. If you'd like to read more about Juneteenth and to see what other events are taking place around town, all you have to do is go to our website, kcsat.com.
Taking a live look with live cam.
There's a lot going on these days, isn't there?
Yep.
Ooh, get ready for the weekend too, huh?
It's going to be busy out there. I know folks have a lot of different plans related to the Juneteenth holiday, Father's Day holiday, and we've got Fiesta going on. So no lack of events going on across the Alamo City this weekend. That makes the weather forecast very important, and I'll have a detailed look at that for you coming up shortly. First, checking on the aquifer, it's down a little bit more than half of a foot in the past 24 hours, but a good-looking pollen count heading into the weekend. Mold and pigweed are both low today. I don't see any reason why mold should rise any over the course of the weekend, so that's some good news. Your detailed forecast for the next couple of days coming up shortly.
This day in Fiesta history is powered by your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
I've never seen a hat like that. Only in Texas. Everything's big.
Fiesta hats. They're a tradition that literally gets bigger and bigger every year, and there's no such thing as too ridiculous or too colorful. Their history's a little fuzzy, but it's believed big, fancy hats were worn during the first Battle of Flowers parades more than a century ago. Another possible inspiration? The crowns worn by Fiesta royalty. A spectacular hat can turn anyone into a Fiesta queen or king, or at least make you feel like one. One event that truly celebrates this unique Fiesta fashion is the Women's Club of San Antonio's annual hat contest and luncheon. These ladies have some great hats, but they're not alone.
Viva Fiesta! Woo!
You'll see crazy hats at almost every Fiesta event. If it looks like you're carrying a Fiesta float on your head and the colors are truly blinding, know that your hat is perfect.
Don't forget, tonight you're going to see some crazy hats on our Porch Parade special that airs at 8 o'clock, and that means we're going to be covering up the Soul of a Nation, that ABC special, but it's going to air tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So you can set your DVR and watch that, or get up, watch it at 2 o'clock. But tonight at 8 o'clock is the big Porch Parade.
Yeah, we'll
live
be
right here.
So, Katie, I know earlier you talked about we have a lot going on weather-wise. Obviously, a lot of events, Father's Day weekend, Fiesta, and of course, Juneteenth.
Yep.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot out there, that's for sure. That's kind of the one thing you can count on. Thankfully, the Ozone Action Day that's in place today, I haven't seen indications that that's going to be extended into the day tomorrow for the start of the weekend. If that happens, of course, we'll let you know. But Bottom line, your forecast for the weekend is looking hot. Our high temperatures will be right around 96 each afternoon, but when you factor in the humidity, our heat index will be closer to 100 degrees, maybe a couple of degrees above that. A little bit of a breeze each day, so that's pretty good. But yeah, overall hot. And it's going to be hot all across the Lone Star State as well. High temperatures possibly jumping up to near 103 out in El Paso tomorrow afternoon, 98 in Lubbock, 97 in Dallas for Saturday, and even into Sunday, that heat extends a bit farther west, triple digits from Marfa all the way up to Amarillo, 102. The forecast high in San Angelo, and it'll be plenty hot here at our part of the state as well. Also pretty toasty and plenty humid down closer to the Gulf of Mexico. Big focus this week in the world of weather has been on the tropics and the system that has just been meandering around in the Gulf all week long. It has not been able to organize itself very well, but there's a big push of rain making its way toward places like New Orleans, the Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida Gulf Coast. This is still not formally a tropical depression. They've been calling it Potential Tropical Cyclone 3, which basically means at any point now today it should become a tropical depression, maybe a tropical storm. If it gets to tropical storm status later today, it would take the name Claudette. Now, all that rain is going to stay away from the Texas coast, but that doesn't mean that system won't affect the Texas coastline. In fact, we're looking at increased wave heights and eventually a higher risk of rip currents down from Port A down to Corpus Christi. So if your plans for the weekend do take you down to the beaches, I'm going to step out of the way just so you can see. Please keep in mind a moderate risk of rip currents tomorrow, but on Sunday, the risk jumps up to a high risk of rip currents because we'll have some higher wave heights out there. And maybe we're not totally familiar with rip currents. If you're not, one thing to keep in mind if your plans will be taking you down to the beach this weekend, you don't want to fight the rip current, so you want to swim away from shore. That seems counterproductive, but to not tire yourself out, you want to swim with the rip out and then escape to the side and then swim back to shore. There's a lot of information about this. NOAA has some really great info online if you'd like to learn a little bit more, and just be careful of that if your plans do take you down to the beach for this weekend. If you're hanging out here in San Antonio, you may be by the pool, and again, it's going to be hot. Highs right around 96, but the heat index will be closer to 100 each afternoon. Out there right now, pretty quiet. We've got some fair weather clouds with us. Temperatures are starting to approach 90 in a lot of places. It's 86 in Rock Springs, 93 in Del Rio. Here in San Antonio, we'll see our high jump up to right around 94 again. Heat index even today closer to 100 degrees. So just make sure you're staying hydrated if you'll be spending a lot of time outdoors this afternoon. A mix of sun and clouds today, becoming mostly clear later on this evening. As we get into the weekend, something else to note, we will pull in a few more clouds on Sunday. I don't think anyone will be complaining about that because that'll kind of help us to not be much hotter than 96. Oh, and with everything else going on, summer officially begins Sunday night at 10:30. So we'll get our first full day of summer in on Monday with a heat index of above 105. That's pretty fitting. At least we've got rain chances next week. We'll talk more about that next half hour, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Ooh, gonna be steamy. Okay, it just seems weird. We're late June and we're still like in the middle of the playoffs, and there's no Spurs in the playoffs. That makes it weird. So this is all just kind of odd right now.
It is, but we have some good series going on in the NBA. I wish the Spurs were involved in a great series as well, but unfortunately it's not the case. The Nets at the Bucks. That series is now tied at 3-3. The home team has won every game in that series, and Kemba Walker has a new team coming up.
Don't think about any type of pressure at all. I mean, it's a basketball game.
Pressure-free, Chris Middleton and the Bucks held home court last night in Big Board Sports. All-star guard Kemba Walker is on the move. Earlier today, Boston traded Walker, the number 16 overall pick in this year's draft, and a 2025 second-round pick to the OKC Thunder for Al Horford, Moses Brown, and a 2023 second-round pick per ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. This move is all about money and financial flexibility for the Celtics because Walker is owed roughly $73 million over the next 2 years, while Horford is owed $53 million over the same time frame. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Milwaukee Bucks dominated the Brooklyn Nets last night to even that series at 3 games all. Giannis Antetokounmpo was aggressive from the opening tip, scoring 11 of his 30 points in the first quarter to help his guys lead by as many as 13 points in the first frame. His teammate Chris Middleton scored a game high and a career playoff high 38 points while making 5 of 8 three-pointers. Milwaukee led from start to finish to take Game 6 by the final of 104-89. The Bucks fighting off elimination to force a Game 7.
Confidence has always been high, win or loss. You know, never get too high, never get too low. That's the main thing in the NBA season, especially in the playoffs. You got to be able to bounce back and stay strong. But, you know, we haven't run on the road yet, and that's the only way we knew we were going to win this series if we get it and win on the road. And, you know, it's coming down to the last game.
They responded after every run we made, and we got to give them credit for that. But I think we were down early. We got ourselves back into the game. We were down like 12-15, and then we got back, cut it. It was 82-77. Then we found a three-point shooter, and that's when they kind of took control. So I felt like we were right there. We just couldn't get over the hump.
The home team has won every game in this series. Game 7 is tomorrow night, 7:30 in Brooklyn. Phil Mickelson's quest to win his first U.S. Open championship got off to a bad start yesterday with a 4-over-75 that left him 8 shots off the lead and in danger of missing the projected cut of +2. Lefty made 5 bogeys before carding his one and only birdie on the par 3 17th hole. Now, during his round, Mickelson was irritated with members of the gallery who didn't switch their cell phone cameras to silent. At one point, a police officer was summoned. Phil didn't use it as an excuse and feels he could have handled the situation better.
Yeah, it's like part of professional golf. You have to learn to deal with it. I don't understand why you just can't turn that little button on the side, but into silent. But I probably didn't deal with it, you know, internally as well as I could have, or as well as I need to. I mean, it's part of playing the game out here at this level, and certainly I didn't do the best job of dealing with it.
Russell Henley and Louis Oosthuizen were tied for the lead after round 1 at 4 under par. And David, my question to you, when you're golfing, how do you handle a gallery clicking their cameras and stuff?
You know, all those people out there clicking cameras, go right ahead. Go right ahead, click away.
You embrace it.
I embrace it, yeah. The thousands that watch me play golf.
There you go.
It's fun. That follow me all. Yeah.
Yep.
A stray pup in desperate need of a haircut is now an internet star. A look at the transformation that has people, including me, smitten with Simon, coming up in the next half hour.
And Louisiana's governor has issued a state of emergency as people along the Gulf Coast brace for a tropical system. How people are preparing ahead of that storm.
New today at 5, Amazon Prime Day is just 3 days away, and more retailers are going to be offering discounts this year. Today at 5, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz tells you what to look for when shopping on Prime Day.
A tropical storm warning has been issued for parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama as a potential tropical cyclone moves toward the northeastern Gulf Coast.
As ABC's Elwin Lopez reports, the storm could hit those communities tonight.
Millions of residents along the Gulf Coast are bracing for a tropical system, a storm that could form in the Gulf of Mexico Friday.
This is our home, and we don't want to leave our home.
Forecasters predict heavy rain, storm surge, and coastal flooding.
The time is now to make sure that you are doing what you can to prepare for the storm.
Louisiana's governor has issued a state of emergency.
The expectation is this weather event will be focused on rain, not so much on the wind, although a 35 to 40 mile an hour wind, when you have saturated ground, can easily uproot trees.
And he's urging everyone to get vaccinated.
The pandemic is certainly with us, and if you're going to be uprooted and have to shelter for a while, we want you to be prepared and we want you to be safe.
In Lafayette Parish, the sheriff's search and rescue team has a high water vehicle, several kayaks, and a boat prepped and ready to go when and if the call comes.
This device on the front is a diver support and victim lift device that actually allows us to lift a person out of the water.
In Lake Charles, they are still cleaning up from last year's devastating floods.
We're working very diligently right now to try to get those areas clean.
we believe that's going to go a long ways in helping us expedite this drainage improvements.
And Louisiana was particularly hard hit last hurricane season with 5 named storms making landfall here, the most ever for one state. Elwin Lopez, ABC News, New Orleans.
Yeah, we know Louisiana does not need a repeat of what they went through last year. This is not a good start, though.
Thankfully, we don't have to worry about any of that, just the heat advisory, humidity.
Yep, we'll be on the west side of that tropical system, which usually spells dry and hot, and that's certainly what we'll be dealing with this weekend. But yeah, this hurricane season already getting off to a busy start. Here's a look at where those tropical storm warnings will be posted today through the start of the weekend. This picks up just east of Baton Rouge, includes New Orleans, Biloxi, Mobile, and Pensacola. So a good portion of the central Gulf Coast. Looking at this tropical storm warning, this is for wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour, storm surge of up to 2 feet, and 4 to 8 inches of rain. That's what they'll be dealing with this tropical system. And it's kind of weird. We're calling this potential tropical cyclone 3. If you go to the National Hurricane Center's website or Twitter page, that's what this is called. It doesn't have a name yet, and I think it's really running out of time to get a name. It would have to reach tropical storm status to get the name Claudette. It's not even a tropical depression just yet, so it has to go tropical depression and then tropical storm. If it can organize itself a little bit more. Center of circulation is here just to the south of New Orleans, but this is a very lopsided system, which is a sign that it hasn't organized itself very well. So they're looking at a lot of rain across the central Gulf Coast. Here at home along our bays on the Texas Gulf Coast, smooth tomorrow, but as we get into Sunday, picking up a slight chop, south winds 10 to 15 knots on Sunday. And I mentioned last half hour, the beach forecast. We're looking at an increased rip current risk by Sunday along our Texas Gulf Coast beaches. So that is something to keep in mind. Be extra careful if you're heading down to the beach this weekend, as that rip current risk does jump up to high level on Sunday. We'll talk more about our local forecast here at home coming up in just a bit. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Katie. And later this afternoon, President Biden will update the nation on the COVID-19 vaccination effort.
This comes as the CDC reports 15 states have reached Biden's goal of vaccinating 70% of adults against coronavirus with at least one dose. The push to get the country vaccinated continues as the new Delta variant grows.
Meanwhile, on the reopening front, the European Union has recommended lifting restrictions on American tourists. And today in California, the governor is expected to lay out an electronic vaccine verification system.
Just as a reminder for you, though, those pop-up clinics are still taking place around the city. If you need to get your shot, here's where you can go today.
If you're heading to FIESTA de los Reyes, you can get your Johnson & Johnson shot there. A pop-up clinic will be held at the event on Commerce Street until 3 this afternoon.
And the Vietnamese Martyrs Parish on Santa Gertrudis will have its own Pfizer clinic. It's open from 4:30 to 7:30 today. And the Applewhite Recovery Center on Applewhite Road will offer the Johnson & Johnson vaccine from 2 to 4.
If you need your second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, you can also go to Zion Lutheran Church on Leslie Road until 6 tonight. A full list of clinics is on our website right now. And talk about a makeover. You have to see the transformation of a stray dog found in Kansas City. He was so matted down with hair, he was unrecognizable, and as you can imagine, could hardly walk. Now, he's a hit on the internet.
And another local boxer about to step into the ring. Larry Mears with that, coming up in sports.
Imagine a guy headed for work in the morning, walks out to his driveway and sees this.
And stopped to, first of all, try to figure out what kind of animal it was. They couldn't really tell.
They contacted the kcpetproject in Kansas City, Missouri, which determined there was an 11-year-old Shih Tzu underneath that mess of hair.
Come here, buddy. So he was 20 pounds and could barely walk.
For the next 2 hours, while he was sedated, 2 veterinary staffers gave him the mother of all shaves.
It was about 6.5 pounds of hair. I mean, just instant relief that he felt to be able to get all of that hair off.
They named the hairless wonder Simon and posted before and after photos and videos. Despite the yuck factor,
Not going to lie, all of those mats were quite stinky.
Simon became an internet star. Now that's one of the best good boys I ever did see. Simon was found near a wooded area. The shelter folks don't know if he got away from his owner or was abandoned and was living on his own for the months it took to grow all that hair. They say his skin is in decent shape, but he needs dental surgery.
He's actually almost learning how to walk again, too, because you can tell that he's just been so weighed down for so long.
The shelter is getting plenty of offers to adopt Simon. People seem especially smitten with his tongue, even when he was a barely identifiable mess.
The finder said when he stuck his tongue out, that's when they could tell that it was a dog.
Did he just stick out his tongue on cue? No wonder folks are panting to adopt him. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
So
Man, that's a lot of hair.
A lot.
He's not going to have trouble finding a home, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that dog
Poor
in this
thing.
heat?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I know, and that's a good reminder to take care of our furry friends in the heat, too. Something we kind of say often is if we're hot, they're hot. If we're cold, they're cold. So be sure to keep everyone, humans and animals, well hydrated in this South Texas heat. We'll talk more about your weekend forecast shortly. First, checking on the aquifer, down 0.7 of a foot today to 665.9, but a nice looking pollen count on a Friday. Both mold and pigweed are low today. We'll be right back.
This Fiesta Flashback is powered by your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
I need some more, yeah. I need plenty of more.
If you live in San Antonio, you or someone you love has a serious Fiesta metal obsession. Whether traded, purchased, or given away, they can never have enough.
I need to be walking like this because it gets so heavy.
In every Fiesta, there are hundreds of new designs.
This year, Rocky has his own Fiesta medal.
San Antonio kind of has their own spin on things. Like Mardi Gras does beads, we do medals, and we do it very well.
So where did this colorful and creative tradition begin? According to local legend, it started back in 1971 with King Antonio the 49th, Charles Orsinger. Kings were given coins every year to hand out, so Charles decided to punch holes in his and string them with ribbons. Some claim the tradition started even earlier in the 60s. Whatever the story, organizations now make thousands of medals during Fiesta for both fun and to raise money for charities. Some are simple, some are ornate, but if you're a medal maniac, you want each one of these eye-catching treasures.
I need some more, but people ain't giving none out right now, so I'll get some though. All right.
It's amazing how many medals you can put on one of those sashes and then how much they weigh.
Are you a medal maniac? Do you consider yourself to be one?
I wouldn't be a maniac, but yeah, I like they're cool.
Enthusiast?
Here you go, enthusiast.
Okay, we'll go with that. Enthusiast, yeah.
I know we've got some outdoor enthusiasts here. Maybe not in the room, but in the audience.
Not right now. It's
I do not like the outdoors, but like Mark Austin is a big fisherman, right?
Yeah.
So a lot going on this weekend. If you're celebrating Dad, maybe taking him out to do a little bit of fishing. Here's our state park forecast for tomorrow. It'll be hot out there, plenty of sun as well. So make sure you take the water and the sunscreen for tomorrow. Out there currently 87 at the airport. Dew point is in the low 70s, so it already feels like 93. Winds are calm, so we don't even have much of a breeze to help us out, unfortunately. And remember, heading into this afternoon, our air quality is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. Those sensitive groups include the elderly, the very young, and also those with respiratory conditions like asthma or COPD. The reason air quality is unhealthy for these groups today is because we've got elevated levels of ozone in the air. So if you've got someone in one of those groups in your household, best to try to keep them indoors as much as possible this afternoon. Here's our current air temperatures in white. The current heat index is in yellow. So again, feeling like 93 here in San Antonio, feeling like 90 in Uvalde, already feeling like 95 in Del Rio. These numbers, both air temperatures and the heat indices, will continue to climb into the afternoon. And we're going to continue to see the elevated heat indices because our dew points are going to remain high. Right now, they're generally highest right along the I-35 corridor with dew points in the 70s, but off to the west from Rock Springs into Del Rio, they're already starting to drop off a bit. The more we can get those dew points to drop off in the afternoon hours, that kind of just takes the edge off of the heat index in the afternoon. But we'll still pull a heat index near 100 today with an air temperature around 94 here in San Antonio. East winds will be light throughout the afternoon and evening, just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. A good mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, and then becoming mostly clear late this evening. And through the weekend, our heat indices are not going to be too crazy. They're going to hover right around 100 degrees. But look what happens on Monday as our air temperature jumps up to 98. Dew points are not going to drop off much in the afternoon on Monday. We'll have a little influx of moisture, so that's going to keep our heat indices much higher into Monday, likely 105 plus, potentially touching 110 Monday afternoon. So that is going to be our hottest day, especially as the dangerous heat is concerned. So just keep it hydrated and take it easy out there if you've got to spend extended periods of time outdoors heading into early next week. Now let's talk about a little bit of rain. That'll bring us some relief from the heat, right? Well, rain chances won't kick in until early next week, really Monday night into Tuesday. There will actually be a weak frontal boundary dropping into Texas. This doesn't have much cool air behind it, but it will help to spark some showers and storms beginning Monday night, continuing into Tuesday. So it looks like we can get maybe at least a scattering of some thunder showers late Monday night into early on Tuesday morning. And that's when rain chances return. Until then, through the upcoming weekend, we're going to keep you rain free and again, mostly hot here with our air temperatures right around 96, feeling more like 100 both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. There goes those rain chances kicking in Monday night into Tuesday of next week. That'll help us out a little bit with our temperatures. We'll fall from around 98 Monday afternoon to the low 90s by Tuesday. Guys.
I'm going to buy one of those portable fans or just hang out in the tub. I don't have a pool at my apartment complex.
That'll work. All right, Larry Riz with sports coming up next.
UTSA junior running back Sincere McCormick earned a preseason second-team All-American nod by Walter Camp. He joins Texas tailback Bijan Robinson as second-team backs. The Judson alum had a stellar 2020 season, ranking second in the FBS with a program record 1,467 rushing yards. He totaled 11 touchdowns and 249 carries, both UTSA records, and he was named the 2020 Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year. Texas A&M football had a trio of players named to the 2021 Walter Camp preseason All-American teams, including DeMarvin Leal, a first-team honoree. Leal, a defensive lineman from Judson High School, is widely regarded as one of the most disruptive defenders heading into the new season. The junior led the Aggies defense with 8 quarterback hurries and ranked 5th on the team with 37 tackles. Aggies offensive lineman Kenyon Green was named to the first team and tight end Jalen Weidermeyer to the second team. Turning to boxing, Lanier High School alum and pro fighter Rick Medina has been preparing for his first fight in the U.S. since the start of the pandemic. Medina fought 3 times in Mexico last year because he couldn't find a fight here in the States with everything shut down. He didn't want to get out of shape or lose any edge, so he kept fighting. Now he prepares for his fight in Houston on Saturday, where he'll be featured on the Showtime undercard of the Jermall Charlo and Juan Macias Montiel WBC middleweight title fight.
I'm excited. I've been waiting. You know, it's been a while. Like my past 3-4 fights been in Mexico. So to be fighting here in Texas locally, you know, my family gets to come out. I mean, the fans, of course, like even more fans. So, I mean, I'm blessed and I'm happy. I've been waiting for this opportunity. So I'll make it worth it.
Medina's next fight might be here in San Antonio July 17th when the AT&T Center hosts the Jermall Charlo and Brian Castaño unification fight. Now, next Saturday, Jesse Bam Rodriguez will get inside the ring for the first time this year. 210 Bam was supposed to fight this weekend, but the fight was pushed back a week so his opponent can try to make weight. Right now, Bam will fight in Las Vegas on the undercard of the Vasily Lomachenko main event. This will actually be his 3rd straight fight in Vegas. He fought twice last year in the MGM bubble, and Bam is excited to fight in front of fans once again.
I know the crowd, you know, a lot of my friends say that it pumps them up, so I'm excited to see what that's about. I remember one fight, I was the main event back home, local card back home, and, you know, there was a good crowd, and it felt good to be fighting in front of fans.
The fight,
Two 10 Bams fight can be seen next Saturday on ESPN Plus. We wish him and Medina the best of luck in their upcoming bouts. Houston opened its 4-game series against the White Sox with a bang. Michael Brantley hit a 3-run homer in the first inning for a quick 3-0 lead. Jose Altuve homered in the bottom of the 6th inning, his 4th homer in 3 games. And Houston takes care of the White Sox 10-2, the Astros' 4th straight win.
A lot of local boxers making some noise.
That's awesome to see, right?
Yeah, we need them all fighting right here. I mean, I know they like to go to Vegas, but
yeah, but a big card of the Alamo Dome featuring all San Antonio fighters. That'd be pretty cool.
San Antonio would turn out for sure.
Yep.
All right, Larry, thank you much. I heard it in my ear a while ago. They're already starting to party down there. Yeah, there they go.
They've been going since yesterday. You guys, how are you alive?
Viva Fiesta from right here at Market Square. So many people, so much fun, so much going on.
And so much food. And speaking of food, of course, the sweets. And Mari Valencia from Sweet Made Cakes is joining us. And you have got something really special for us, right?
Yes, I do. I have our pinata sugar cookies.
Okay, it is a cookie. It is 3 layers of goodness.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is. And we're going to go ahead and make them.
Okay, but there's a surprise inside, you guys, and wait till you see what that is. All right?
Yes, can't wait to dig in. Speaking of which.
Oh, yes, Chef Jose Benitez, Curb Food Truck, is here, and he is making chicken on a stick and gorditas. And this chicken on a stick has got some heat.
Oh, because you know he does everything just above and beyond, and that's what these things are going to be. Okay, it is a magical Friday, not just because of Fiesta, but because John Armstrong, the master of close-up magic, is here. Good afternoon, sir. You have your Fiesta pin. You also have one.
Yeah. I'm going to sell a few extras of these. I'm very excited about it. I'm just going around. I didn't realize these were such a big deal.
And a rubber band, too.
Yeah, hold on. I got to warm up for our segment later, so hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Just take a second.
All right.
That's much better, much better.
Oh my gosh, so cool. More magic, of course, coming up.
Yes, indeed. Hey, kind of a magical spot to go to. When was the last time you were at Natural Bridge Caverns? You see something new every time you are there.
And yes, and when you go, you're going to see what they've done with the lighting in there. It is a whole new experience if you've gone there before.
That and a whole lot more on this Fiesta Friday on SA Live.